Hello everyone, welcome to Headlines. When we do a presentation or we are put on the spot to make a toast or give feedback, it's pretty common that we see words like, known as filler words. Part of the reason is we are nervous and inadvertently use the filler words to earn us some time to think about what to say next. Or we use these words to sound more relaxed and relatable to our audience. But in general, filler words are annoying, which would undermine your speech. 我们当众讲话的时候很容易出现这样的口头词啊。很多时候是因为我们紧张，用这些词打个掩护，但是这样的词过多出现会削弱你发言的效果。今天就来看看怎么去克服。When we find ourselves rattled while speaking, whether we're nervous, distracted, or at a loss for what's coming next, it's easy to lean on filler words. These may give us a moment to collect our thoughts before we press on. But when we start to overuse them, they become crutches. Academics call them Disfluencies that diminish our credibility and distract from our message. Rattle 学过了 rattlesnake 响尾蛇，对吗？ If something rattles you, they make you feel nervous. For example, the community rattled after deadly shooting, or he's rattled by reporters' questions. 记者的问题让他感到很不安。Lean on is to depend on. Lean on their defense to win another game. 依靠他们的防守。And press on is to go on. It's getting darker and I decided to press on. Crutch 是你腿受伤之后拄的那个拐杖啊。Filler words 的另外一个说法就是 crutch words. Disfluencies 不流利。It can be written as dys. When it comes to prefix dys, it indicates abnormal. 你也可以把它理解成一种障碍。那么当我们紧张想不起来要说什么的时候，会依靠 filler words， 这会减少 diminish 我们发言的可信度，让观众分神。Studies suggest that we verbalized hesitations because we've been conditioned to fill the void, even when we don't have something to say. Good news is that you can turn this weakness into a strength by replacing filler words with pauses. Now, verbalized hesitation is to use words to express your hesitations. Obviously, verbalize comes from verbal. Be conditioned to do something. Well, an easy way to approach this phrase is get used to something. But to be more precise, you're going to recognize condition here. We've learned a conditioned response, 条件反射. So, be conditioned to do something means you've learned over times or been taught to anticipate it. 被条件反射了. For example, we've been conditioned to hate Valentine's Day. 解决方案就是用 pause 停顿来替换 filler words. For many speakers, even the briefest pause can feel like interminable silence. That's because we tend to think faster than we speak. Because of this discrepancy, when we're giving a speech, your perception of time is often distorted. Interminable is long and endless. It has a negative implication because you wish it was shorter or it would stop. You could say interminable war, meeting, strength, dispute, or a day, or silence. Next, discrepancy. Filler words. Discrepancy is another way to say difference, and it usually refers to something abstract, like data discrepancies between two versions of a story. 大脑的速度比说话速度快很多，所以会扭曲我们对时间长短的认识。你会觉得在台上停下来是一件无尽漫长的事情，不想出现这样的停顿，所以要用 filler words 来填充。实际上5秒之内的停顿对于听众来说，不是什么问题。Next part is the techniques to get over filler words, and I want to do this in the following way. First, let's get the gist of what the article said, and then I'll introduce another technique, which is even more practical and effective. Make sure you stay for a couple of minutes. I'm sure it'll pay off. The article gives us 3 steps to silencing crutch words. The first step in changing any habit is awareness. To identify your crutch words, you could use a videotape to review your recent talk and determine what vocal fillers you rely on most. And every time you catch yourself saying like, for example, tap your leg. 第一步是通过录音找到你常用的 filler words. 下次你在说的时候呢，就拍拍腿，让自己意识到这个问题。Next, I think it's also about awareness, but the columnist used another word, cognizant. Be cognizant about is a synonym of be aware of something. State agency caution motorists to be cognizant of deer this season. 提醒摩托车注意路。So in this stage, you're going to begin forcing yourself to be silent. And the third step emphasizes the importance of preparation. And on average, the optimal ratio of preparation to performance is 1 hour of practice for every minute of presentation. Or at very least, the speaker should get in at least 3 full runs before stepping in front of an audience. 做好准备也是非常重要的。这里作者提到，你每1分钟的演讲，你需要用1个小时来准备。不少情况，在你登台之前，也要至少做3轮的演练。And the next technique I will introduce you is from the book Think Faster, Talk Smarter, which we read last year in my reading club. And the author said, when you speak, try to articulate your sentences and phrases so that you are completely out of breath at the end of the sentence or phrase. Articulate is to express with words. 你要把你的气息在每一句话或每个短语的最后它用掉。For me, I'm not very good at breath control.Every time I articulate a sentence, I'll hold my breath until the end of the sentence, and I'll release the air. Usually at this moment, I will use the filler words. For example, I'll read this sentence. Practice using pauses instead of filler words as you recall the events. Finally. So you'll find that filler words come naturally because at this time you try to exhale. To make a comparison, I'll try to be completely out of breath at the end of the sentence.Practice using pauses instead of filler words as you call the events. Notice I don't have extra air and I must inhale. When you inhale, it's almost impossible to say any word, including filler words. If you don't believe it, just try it yourself. If you practice persistently, you stand a chance to reduce the filler words when speaking. So that's it for today, and I'll see you next time.